About time you showed up, bro. Shit's getting crazy because we open up with Adonis pulling up on this nigga Damian because bro found out that he snaked his way into getting the championship title fight. Mind you, this is his first pro boxing fight ever, which is obviously wild as hell. Just imagine some random dude you've never seen before suddenly getting to fight a nigga like Tyson Fury for the belt. I'm in that bitch confused as hell. I'm pulling all my bets immediately. All I know is whoever had Felix on the last leg of their parlay, bro, I know they shitty right now, bro. They probably taking a swan dive off the top of the building or in a place with some nice soft walls. So Donnie pulls up on Dame to confront him for playing him, just like how that super thuder did, Gabriela Zuniga did to Uncle Shay Shay, man. The backstabbery is insane. The Snow Bunny mind control has to be stopped. She out here saying word for word, bar for bar, put a big black baby inside of me, and she still walked away with over 20 M's, bro. She out here making posts talking about she's retiring from OF. Absolutely despicable behavior, man. These super thuders are out of control. This right here is an Avengers level threat, man. They can't keep getting away with this. And how it's similar to Damian's case is because how he was able to even get in that championship fight was by having one of his homies from jail pull up to this party where both of the fighters were going to be at. He slid through and broke Drago's hand. And bro, like just thinking about that shit, bro, like you gotta pay me a fat bag to even attempt to do that, because you're telling me that you want me to pull up on a world-class professional fighter that literally has a championship title fight in a couple of weeks and expect me to not get my ass beat? Mind you, dude got out of jail recently. So you want me to go in there and get my ass whooped by a professional fighter and his security, as well as getting myself back in jail just so that you can have a chance at a championship fight?
Sit your dumb ass down, you ain't.
Man, hell nah, bro. You cannot pay me enough money to do this, bro. I literally get nothing out of this but promises, and there's no guarantee that bro would have gotten a championship fight. So whatever you do, please stay away from niggas like these, bro, because they are more than willing to throw their lives away over some goofy shit. Dame literally had a second chance at life. All he had to do was just wait his turn for a little bit. But instead, he proceeded to backdoor a boxing Hall of Famer with hella connections and experience just cause he was impatient.
Message.
And when Donnie got on him about it, bro, he started acting brand new, like this man wasn't just asking for handouts a couple weeks ago. They say that art reflects reality, and that a damn lie was told. But Damian was talking tough to Adonis, and all this hype man just started gargling his nuts, laughing at all his jokes that ain't even funny. And Donnie was gonna be the bigger man and walk away, but bro committed a cardinal sin. If it's one thing that you don't do, is that you call this man Baby Creed. Just ask the last nigga, cause now that man is an edit and all he was trying to do was show some love. And in all honesty, Baby Creed ain't really that bad of an insult, but you do you, I guess. So then he walks back to Damian all tough, and then he gets his shit rocked and ends up on the ground, bro. And Damian gets up in his face talking even crazier to him, bro, grabbing his face and everything, like hell nah. And even after that, he still gets up and walks away. Now, I ain't even gonna lie, I feel like most niggas definitely would have turned up right there, and they would have done nothing but got their ass whooped. Bro, you are not on home turf. It's hella heat and meat riders in the vicinity. It was definitely gonna be some 20v1 shit, so I can't even call Donnie soft for just taking that little L. But if that wasn't enough BS to go through, the next day he gets a call about his mom having a stroke and multiple of her organs failing. Bro just cannot catch a break, man. That's tough. So he rushes over to his mama's house and they have a little heart-to-heart before she logs off the server permanently. And while Bianca and Donnie are grieving, bro starts lore dumping on her about what happened to him and Dame in them group homes, and that he feels bad about how Dame's life ended up and that he never reached out. Like, bro's got such a bad case of survivor's guilt that he literally just let this nigga walk all over him as if he was one of Pokemon's top donors or something. Like, we know exactly who's keeping them damn cookies in business, bro. So Donnie tells his wife all this, but then she gives him a reality check saying that he don't owe that nigga a damn thing. You did all of this for him and look how he's treating you. I think it's time for you to put him in his place.
Oh, that's a good woman.
Shout out to them red bones holding it down. If your girl ain't moving like this, then she gotta get kicked out the crib immediately. So Donnie agrees and he goes on a talk show with Stephen A. Smith to call Dame out. And bro's trying to be professional with this shit, and just in pure nigga fashion, Damian just calls in immediately on ass, calling him a fraud and that he's washed, anything just to get under his skin. So then he goes talking about his pops, talking about yo daddy would be ashamed of you. And that's all this man needed to hear. Bro said, I bet, let's scrap for the belt then. And I just gotta say that this is an immaculate display of top tier rage bait. If boxing does not work out for this nigga, bro has a bright future in the Hood Olympics. So then we get to the training scene. And dog, who does not love the training montages, man? Like other than maybe Blueface and XQC. Because this is where every male that's watching the movie suddenly starts to get the urge to renew their gym membership and hit 20 push-ups right then and there. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm guilty of this too. While recording this, I actually stopped to do push-ups, and I'm not even fucking lying to y'all. I wish I was. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like as a man, bro, you just can't help it. And I know it was definitely some dudes that came out of them theaters that started shadowboxing as if their last name was either Drago, Balboa, or Creed. Meanwhile, your girl just looking at a sweaty Michael B. Jordan like this. And if I'm being completely honest with you for a sec, sometimes when I'm working out, I play all 3 Creed training montages. And if you've never done that before, you gotta try it at least once, especially if you're doing cardio, and you'll see exactly what I mean, bro. For about 12 minutes, your ass gonna feel superhuman. But finally, we get to the fight, the moment we've all been waiting for. And Donnie pulls up, he looking clean. Like, bro, I promise we see the fit. And if that wasn't enough, they literally pulled out some fireworks to spell his name, bro. I ain't gonna lie, if that ain't alright, I don't know what is. But then Dame walks in too, and the design on his shorts, hard as a bitch. I can't, bro. They both pulled up, dripped out. But the fight starts and Donnie over here holding back, pulling his punches and shit. Like, bro, if you don't knock this man out, dude was disrespecting you for half of the movie. He was speaking on your dead pops. Like, my nigga, let that sink in. Bro, if that was me, I ain't never letting the grudge go. I'm turning into an eternal hater. Not even death itself can keep me from whooping your ass. But the only person getting in any good blows right now is Dane. And everyone in Donnie's corner is trying to tell him to get his shit together. Dookie out here telling him to lock in. Bianca saying if he don't fight for real, he ain't getting no more nookie. And his daughter probably out here cussing his ass out too. So then he stops acting scary and finally starts to lock in. And they're trading shots for a little bit, but then the round ends. And Donnie's keeping it cool and Dame's acting arrogant as fuck, taking advice from nobody per usual. They jump into round 2 and this is where the fight starts heating up because now both of these niggas mad as hell. They going blow for blow. Bar for bar, bang for bang, like this is a Kendrick and Drake beef all over again. These boys out here moving like Naruto and Sasuke after the Shinobi War. And it's at this point where I've considered taking boxing lessons because this shit just looks so cool. That is until I get the realization that I could end up like this nigga. And now I have one quick question. Have you ever played this Facebreaker game when you was younger? Dog, this game was so peak. And if I unlock the hidden memory for you, you're welcome. But Donnie hits Dame with the clean hook and bro starts taunting him. Talking about you thought this shit was gonna be easy. Man, whoever added that to the script, give my compliments to the chef, cause there's nothing more I love than when a nigga get his get back and starts talking shit. And Dame is pissed, bro. He did actually like a little kid when you get them super angry. And I just want you to know that when the kid looking at you like this, bro, you better sleep with one eye open because they might actually try to boom you. These little 12-year-olds, I'll be ready to crash out because you called them a poo-poo head too many times. The second round ends and then we jump into round 3, i.e. the coldest part of this fight. It gets super symbolic of how personal this fight actually is because the crowd is gone, it's just them. No music, no announcers, nothing. Just them two and this guilt and resentment that they've been carrying since they was youngins. So they get to boxing and Dame starts putting them beaters on Donnie. And instead of having him on the ropes, he's against this big ass jail cell. Not too sure what that's exactly supposed to mean. Like obviously Dame went to jail, so it has something to do with that. And some of y'all may not be scared of that jail cell, but let that be a job application behind you instead. Some of y'all might be jumping out of that ring, never to be seen again, traumatized for life. And rightfully so, shit, man, you only live once, man. Follow your motherfucking dreams, man. But then Creed gets off the ropes and these boys just start screaming at each other and you can see all the animalistic aggression pop out. And it's a good thing Uncle Ruckus not in this crowd right now because he'll probably record that shit and try to sell it to National Geographic. So they briefly showed all this aggression towards each other, but then it kind of looks like they don't even want to fight each other either, but they feel like they have to. Dame goes in for the grapple and Donnie throws bro in the corner and starts punishing that man, hitting him with body shot, body shot. Then he starts wailing in on Dame's face.
Pause again, Granddad.
Lighting that man up like that dummy in the Three Ninjas movie. And at this point, they're on equal footing. They're both exhausted, both getting in good shots, but then they both get amped up and let off these crazy haymakers, both of which hit each other. And this right here is the money shot. This is definitely the best frame in the whole movie, as you can see by me using it in the thumbnail. And you can definitely tell Michael B. Jordan took some anime inspiration for this movie, and I gotta salute to bro. But this double punch knocks these niggas out the shadow room, and when we get out, we learn that these boys have been locked in for 8 whole rounds. It's like the people in their corner was telling these boys to lock in, and they said, alright, bet. Now both of these dudes are battered and bruised. Then Dookie tries to hit Donnie with the motivational speech, talking about whose name is on the title of this motherfucking movie. It's time for you to stand on business and put this man on a freshly pressed Goodfellow and Co t-shirt. And that manages to stoke the fire in Donnie, and he's ready to lay this man out. So now we jumping into round 12, and these boys back at it trading shots. But Creed is clearly getting in more hits, and bro is starting to feel himself. Look at him, cheesing this shit, thinking he got it in the bag now. So they go back in, and Dame pulls in bro with this ugly ass taunt and manages to hit bro with the meanest shot to the gut I done ever seen. Like, I know I'm supposed to be on Donnie's side, but let's just acknowledge this art. This the IMAX 4K shit right here. I can see the future with how clear this camera looks. Absolute cinema. And of course, that shot puts Donnie on the ground. And bro really could have got up at any time. He's just trying to sprinkle in that dramatic effect so he can start aura farming and shit. But Donnie gets back up at the 9-second mark and tells Dame to bring the smoke. And Dame gives him exactly what he asked for. He starts connecting multiple clean shots that Donnie says nuh-uh, and smacks Dame with a mean left hook. Then hits him with a right, and Dame starts clinching him for dear life, but Donnie says, boy, if you don't get the fuck off of me, right? And bro starts going in. He will not let up until this man is asleep. He wears Dame down until Donnie sees an opening thread and knocks his head clean off his shoulders. He hit that man so hard, bro started standing on his tippy toes before he went down on some Michael Jackson shit. Then Dame crashes into the floor, laid out looking like Nate Robinson. And rightfully so, Mike Goat starts celebrating, and the crowd goes crazy, and that man snatches the belt from Dame, putting him in his place and becoming the heavyweight champion of the world once again. And to add a little conflict resolution cherry on top, after the fight, Donnie takes the humble approach and still talks to this man Dame for some much needed closure. And they became cool, I think. Cool-ish. Which, hey, better than nothing, I guess. But the relationship would have been way better if Dame ain't do all that fuck shit. Which goes to show you that niggas will really be their own worst enemy. But hey, that's the end of the video, man. I appreciate you for watching. You and me, we locked in like this. Just because you stayed all the way to the end. You already know I got some more heat coming your way. So tap in with me and stay tuned for that. But until then, peace.